Hello everybody, welcome to another part in the Remaking Doors series. Today we are going to be adding a key code to our library. But first things first, I saw a lot of people saying that the doors were broken on the library and the Jeff's shop. So to fix this, I figured it out. All you're going to need to do, so if you go to the generate room code right here function, at the end of it says wait and then clone door.handler.enabled equals true. We're going to go ahead and add that in on the ends of this. So add it in on the end of the generate Jeff shop function, and then also add it in here. So now if we hit play, we'll just go ahead and grab my character and bring it to the library. Which is over here. So now you just put it inside of there. And we go inside of the library. Now this door should open. I saw a lot of comments saying that. I didn't realize that it was broken, but now it works perfectly fine. So let's go ahead and add the code, the key code to our library library model. So first things we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and drag in the library model here. The entrance is here, so this is where the door will be. I forgot which one the door goes into, so let me just run it and see. So if we go here, okay, that's in the entrance. Okay, so let's grab this library model and we will make a keypad, which to do this we'll just go ahead, and it's actually pretty simple. So that's a 0.1. So this will anchor this so it's a white. We will throw a surface UI onto it and a text label. Okay. It's to 1, 0, 1, 0. So that's a 1. This 1, and we will also throw in a click detector. So 1 second, if we hit play here, it should okay, good, works. All right, so we'll duplicate this, drag it down, and drag this last one down. So now we have to go through all of these and change them. So we'll just go ahead and change them like this. This will be linked in the description in case you guys don't want to go through this process, which, you know, I understand why you wouldn't. It's kind of tedious, but just what we got to do. So 4, and then we got 5, and 6. So in, you know, Doors game, in the original Doors game, you have to like find the code to the keypad. In today's tutorial, we're just going to script it so that the keypad generates a code, and then we can, if we put in that correct code, then the door will unlock. So hold up here, we got a couple more. And last one, this will be 0. Alright, so now we have that set up. Now we need an actual screen to display their input. So to do this, we'll We'll just get one like this. Drag it out like that. We'll set the background to like black, and then we'll rename this screen. Keep that text label, and then we will just make the text color white, and we can keep that 0. So now we're gonna group these all together, and we can name this keypad, and we're going to make a folder. We're gonna name this nums, and we're gonna put all the nums. So leave the screen out of it. Leave the screen not in the folder, but put all the number buttons in the nums folder. So once we have that, also let me just delete the click detector out of the screen. Once we have that, make sure that keypad is inside of the library model. We will insert some stuff in here. So we'll insert 2 string values. Let me think here. Yeah, 2 string values. So this one will be named code, and this one will be named input, and we will insert a script. Yeah, script in here, and we'll just name this handler, and then we'll go ahead and write some code. So we'll say local keypad equals script.parent, local nums equals keypad with child nums, local, set it just the mic, local screen equals keypad with child screen, local input val equals keypad with child inputs, and then local code val equals keypad with child code. So then we'll generate the code. So we'll say local generated code equals math.random, and this, we want this to be a 4-digit code. So we'll say math.random 1000 to 9999. Then we will set the code value equal to the generated code value. So now if we put this back inside of replicated storage and we run this, and we go to the library model, and we go inside that keypad, it should have a code generated, which as you can see it does, 3396. But now we need to actually make it so that the players can input that into the library, into this keypad here. Another thing I forgot to make, another button I forgot to make. You could set the 0 to the side here, and we'll make another button which is called clear. So we'll name this clear, and we can take this out of the nums folder, and then in the text label we'll just say clear, so they can click this to clear the code that they put in. Let's go back in the handler. We'll say for I button in pairs nums get children do local click detector equals button 5 for child, which is a click detector. If click detector, then I'm trying to think here now. So inputs, So if click detector, then we will say local num equals button dot name, and then we will say input value dot value equals input value. Hold up, input value dot num. So now if we and then also another thing we'll say screen dot surface UI dot text label equals input value dot val. Input value dot num. So do that. So input val dot value equals input val dot value dot num. Screen dot surface UI dot text label equals input val dot value. So let's run this. Let's play test this. We'll say play here. And I just want to see if these buttons are working now. And they are not. Text label. Text label at text. Let's see if we still have any errors. Okay, we do. Set this value to 0000, the input value to 0000. And one other thing we'll code is we'll say up here we'll define that clear button. So we'll say local clear equals keypad with child clear dot click detector dot mouse click. And I forgot one other thing. I don't know how I forgot that, but just give me a second. So we'll say clear dot click detector. I know it's not working now. Clear dot click detector dot mouse click connect function. We will say input value dot value equals blank, and then we'll say screen dot surface UI dot text label dot text equals 0000. And up here we'll say if click detector, then click detector dot mouse click connect function, like this. And we will just put that code in there. And then up here we will say screen dot surface UI. Wait, you could change this back to nothing. Change that input value back to nothing. Screen dot surface UI dot text label dot text equals 0000. Now let's see if this is working how it should be. Hopefully it is. So 000 3 3 3 3, and we can input a bunch of numbers. If we clear it, it's back to nothing. Let me just see one other thing. So the code is that, but let's just see the input if it changes. Okay, it does. Alright, so it's working now, but we need to see if they get the correct code. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna throw this inside of here, inside of the replicated storage. Then we're gonna go to the keypad. We'll say if input val dot value equals code val dot value, then they have the correct code. So we will run this. We're gonna set another thing up here. We'll say local can input code is true. If can input code equals true, then we will run this. But if it is, and then if they get the correct code, we're gonna just set that to false so they can't input any more codes. We'll also put, I guess we could put it here as well. And then we need to find that door. So we'll say local door equals keypad dot parent find for child door. Okay. If door, then door local locked equals door colon find first child locked. If locked, then locked colon destroy, and then that lock that we have here, we can just unanchor it. Door.lock.anchored equals false. So now what we can do is we can go into our generation script. We can go down to generate library right here, and then we can make it locked. So we will say up here when we said if is locked blah blah blah, just take this, so new string, all that stuff, take that, and we'll go down here and we can just put that, I think, right in there. Yeah, okay, so let's go ahead and hit play and let's see if this is now working. So we will grab our character. We will bring him to that library and let's see if it is working now. So throw him in the room right here. Alright, so as you can see, it is locked. We can't get through it. If we try to open it, nothing happens, hopefully. Yep. And we need to enter the correct code. So whatever code we enter, you know, it has to be the correct code. So right now, since we don't have a way to find out the code, we're just going to get the code from here. So the code is 8303. 8303. So 8303, and we get it right. We can't input any other thing. The door gets unlocked and we can open it and go on to the next level. So that is how you make a keypad with a code for your doors game, for your library. So you need the code to unlock the door. I'll, you know, in a future tutorial, I'll make it so that we can leave like hints around the library on how to figure out the code. This is how to make a library part 2. So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them in the comments below. If you have any suggestions for a future tutorial, please leave those also in the comments below. We are very, very, very close to 300 subscribers, so please hit that like button and hit that subscribe button, as we are so close to 300 subs. Didn't expect to get here this fast, but we are, and it's crazy and it's awesome. So I thank you guys so much for that. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one.